Okay, sorry everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Welcome to Thursday night stream. I've got headphones on because I have a stream of my brother doing his auction, and I ran over a little bit, and I really apologize for it. If you're interested, I have the link in the chat. If you're interested in comic books and comic book art, he's running a whatnot stream to raise money for some medical bills. So it would really help out if you went over and bookmarked it. Go in on the shows he runs every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Mountain. So sorry, I'm still listening. 7 p.m. Central Mountain. So 6 p.m. I forget what it is. Anyway, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, something like that. Check it out. We're going to get to some Lego stuff here in just a second. I'm going to turn this off. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. So I apologize. So what we're going to be working on today is, thought I had it up. Should have it up right now. Sure. We're going to do some, hello Mech Ops. Hello Greg. How are you? We're going to do some parting out of some Microfighters to start. And then we'll see if, I want to make sure that I've got all my stuff. Hi Missy, how are you? Sorry, I'm still watching this. I'm watching this whatnot stream of my brother's. So I want to make sure that I yeah, I think I'm good. All right. So, all right, cool. Sorry. I was hopefully distracted. I'm doing well. Thank you. So, yeah, I thought I could have it up at the same time and listen, but I'm going to get really distracted. So yeah, follow that link. It's Whatnot Auctions. They go really fast. It's comic books. If you're into comic books, wide array of stuff, X-Men's, variants, Marvel, Independence, gets a lot of stuff in. He also does custom artwork. So if you are into getting some custom artwork, he'll have prints for it, trying to raise money for everything. So that's what that's about. Yeah, that would mean a lot if you check that out. In the meantime, we're going to do some, I got a couple models here that I want to get some parts for. I don't think I'm going to get any off this Moya build. I think the figure will be pretty easy to do. Just a black torso with some Han Solo pants or some jeans or something. And then just short black sleeves. So hopefully I can find that. Hello, Bev. How are you? Working on Lego BT7274. If you know what Titanfall is, I don't. I've heard of it, but I'm not super familiar with it. We're going to do another Redgate Manhattan Project beer. It's a red ale, so we're going to give that a go. Have had a few of those, so we're going to get on it. So I already know. I think I'm going to build this out as a want list on Etsy. Wow. I apologize. I'm so distracted right now. I know I'm not going to get a whole lot of these parts because they're all in dark orange. Yes, I will talk about Scream 7 in just a second. I know I'm not going to have any of these. I know I'm not going to have that tail or that slope or these corner slopes. I might have, I know I'm not going to have those. Those are pearl gold. I'm pretty sure I don't even have like these small orange bits. This whole thing might be a purchase because I don't think I've got anything in these colors. So this might be the shortest one of all, but let's double check. What am I trying to say? Bricklink. And make sure I haven't already set up a want list for it yet. So I'm pretty excited as well because I'm making a lot of headway on the stadium. I've got 4 out of the 5 seating sections done, and I'm going to start on the 5th probably this weekend. The 5th one is going to be kind of funky because it's split in half, but it'll be easy to do. My concern is I'm going to run out of snot bricks, so I have to count those up and see if I have to make another purchase. Get that done. I'm working on the back end where the shops are, the concourse, making sure everything is supported the way it needs to be. It's a lot of fiddly, like trying to get stuff to work and everything. Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. I emailed a custom monitor company to see if I could get something built. I want to get this built officially so I know exactly how big to build the monitor that goes in the Jumbotron. And I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore because I got everything that was in here. So I can delete that. Anything that has need usually in here is stuff that I've ordered and already have. So I don't need that. I don't need this. This is what Greg needed he was rebuilding one of his old sets. And he was missing some pieces because he gave it to me and was like, I don't like Lego anymore. You just keep it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I did. And then years later, he's like, I think I want all that back. I'm like, okay. So it doesn't look like I have Moya in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of John and then we're going to do the rest. I don't like the new sign-in process for this because it goes through Lego first. And then I think it's a couple extra clicks before it does anything. Then you have to go back to it and say, stay signed in. It won't ever stay signed in. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. It's almost the weekend. I know we're kind of in kind of a precarious situation with the state of the world right now. Yeah, like I don't think I need 2 plates or 2 plates. I think I might have dark orange plates. So, and I might have brown of those. So let me go through the list real quick and see if I can exclude anything. Don't have that, don't have that, don't have that, don't have that. Let me go see if I've got reddish brown corners. A little tub, reddish brown corners. Okay, so I don't need that. This is exclude. So when you're building a list, you can automatically do some settings about, I usually just hit OK at the bottom, add to one out list. But because I'm lazy and I don't like going through the process of doing it in Studio, this gives you a nice list where you can see everything. The list in Studio is okay, but it's kind of like on a black background and the images are a little smaller, so it's a little harder to see. I may actually have these. So let's go look for 1 orange square and then 4 pizza slices. As I suspected, I don't have any of those. But I did have one that had a print on it. It was a little Goomba. Focus. Focus. It's a little Goomba. So I did have one of those, just not the right one. So exclude that. Exclude that. Exclude that. Pretty sure I don't have any of these. Brown I might have. Let's go check for 2 brown. After ordering parts from like Lug Bulk and Project Supports and Pick-a-Brick Walls and stuff like that, you just sort of get a feel for what you have and what you don't when you're building MOCs, because you run out of certain pieces. So I did have brown, so we can exclude those. I'm pretty sure I don't have this, an orange 1x3. I'm pretty sure I don't have that. I do have gold candle wicks. Pretty sure I don't have a dark orange hinge, or that, or that, or that, or that, or those, or that, or those. Okay, so that's all good. What did I have for dinner tonight? I had a Caesar salad with fajita chicken on it. Wasn't bad. You get those salad kits from HEB. And I just add some chicken to it. What did you guys have for dinner? What was the big the meal tonight for everybody? I'm just going to see what this looks like just buying it. I suspect some dark orange pieces are going to be a little pricey. So this may be, oh, $10 between 2 stores. So you got to figure $5 for shipping. So you're looking at a $30 Microfighter. And this is before I even get the figure. Now I might be able to go through and make this a little bit more worth my while by adding pieces to it, emptying out whatever the seller has. But that's not bad. $10 for parts isn't bad. Pasta shells and a burger. Wow. Oh, like little pasta shells or like big stuffed shells? All right, so this isn't bad. I'll leave this open because we're probably going to want to come in here and do another one. So this guy's done. We're not even going to try to build it because there's nothing I can build with that many parts. But I do have this figure. So this was pretty funny because I'm not going to save any of that. This is a walker called an ATAC. And it is a transition walker between, I'm going to say the AT... It's right before the ATST, but it's like right before. There was an ATDP, which is also like a different offshoot. If you remember Rebels, the really big, like the really long-legged ones with like the single cannon on front, ATDP. This one was barely visible in the Bad Batch. The second season of the Bad Batch, I think they're trying to rescue Echo. I can't remember. And this comes out, and there were two different kinds. There's one that it looked like it had sort of a sensor package on the top, some antennas, and one without. But they both had these like, it looked like a 3-person canopy instead of a 2-person or cockpit. And it looked like it had 2 guns on either side with slits in them and then a pilot. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go ahead and make that. That's a cool. I don't think I can do it. Let me just do this real quick. Oh, it's not ATST. So I basically built, and I don't think I have the old one. I started building it, and I basically took the old ATST one that I had, and I was like, I'll just change the head a little bit, right? I won't make it swivel. I won't make it. It's still a microfighter because it's 68 parts, but it's going to be a little bigger than a little taller than the other ones. Like, that's fine. I may go back and redo the other walkers so they look more like this. Little ones had a scrambled burger. You had P. Terry's tonight, or have I had P. Terry's? P. Terry's is awesome. I like P. Terry's a lot, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Anyway, I got I just realized something. I can check my bank account. Make sure that that went through. Yep. Okay, cool. So, I started remaking it, and I went through it and I was like, this is cool. And then I went to save it and it said copy. And I went, what? That's not right. I took off the copy and just said save. And then I realized when I went to render it that there was already one in there, and it was this one. But I had already overwritten the IO file with this new one, which wasn't nearly as good as this one. I'm like, oh, this one's really good. I just forgot I had done it and rendered it. Oh, I got to put all this on the other side. So I had to go back and reverse engineer my own model, which was hilarious. Okay, now it's done. I really like this walker, and I think the way it's built, you can adapt it to be any of the other walkers. Give it a dual chin cannon, put the guns and stuff on the side instead of the, like, it could be adapted. I like the legs better. There's something I like doing is I like putting these hands in here as like miniature pneumatic, just like pneumatic joints, right? With the pneumatic press pieces. And it looks pretty cool, right? If it's just sitting there. I couldn't get it to grip a hold of this little stud right here. So anyway. So I had to go back and re-render or rebuild all this, and now I feel like a schmutz. And I'm wondering if it's actually already in here. Nope. Okay, good. I don't feel so bad. Cool, cool, cool. So I don't need the figure, but I am going to upload this as a wanted list. Microfighter S. Okay. So we're going to go through the verify items, and this is where I'll go ahead and pull all the pieces that I think I need. So I need 1 brick with studs. I may need to order. I'm going to leave this in here because I think I'm going to have to order a bunch more. I used up a lot of these pieces for the stadium. So I'm out of my stock. And what I do have, I have a bag here. I just hit the microphone. I'm very sorry. I have a bag of them, but they're spoken for. So I'm going to go ahead and order a bunch more of these. In fact, I'm just going to put 20. That'll get me over. All right, next thing is going to be these two matching sockets. So long one, 8 of the long one, and 4 of a short one. Have I had P Terry's? Yes. I usually have it once every couple of weeks. There's one down by my office. You guys realize that you can't, I just realized that you can't see what I'm doing here. There's one by my office near campus in Austin, and there's almost nobody at it. Right next to it is a Chick-fil-A, and those lines go out on the street, but there's almost nobody at the P Terry's, and they have wonderful shakes. And the burgers are good. They're a good company too. They do a lot for the community. They take care of their workers a lot. Something I found out Whataburger has stopped doing. And I think I may stop going to Whataburger, which is kind of sucks because I really like their breakfast stuff. But let me grab a couple of these. We got 4 and 8. So I may have run out. Hello. 1 second. All right, sorry, Beth got home and we needed to talk. Beth is such a terrible person, interrupting everything. Yes, I've had Pete Terry's. It's very cool. Yes, I've seen Scream 7. We went this last weekend. I don't think, I'm just going to put everything in here because I don't think I'm going to be able to build with anything. I will need, I'm going to order a bunch of these as well. I have some, but I used a lot of them for Horizon Zero Dawn builds because they're great knee joints. 2 Chat says hi. Missy says hi. Excuse me. I know I don't have this because I used them all. I have a bunch of these, I think. They're also in this same bag. I need 4. Yeah, I can exclude that. Can exclude that. Scream 7. I had only seen Scream 1. Beth has seen Scream 1 through 4, 1 through 5, and not 7, but she's going to go back and rewatch, or watch 6.
7 was the one we watched.
Yeah, I misspoke. Hey, do you want to get on this with me? No. Then stop talking. I was going to correct myself. Come here. Come here. Look at this blue hair. She dyed her hair blue.
Well, it's kind of a
which
green.
Means
it's more of a green.
Look at the skin is all blue green too. She looks like
Tobias
Funke from Arrested Development. She blew herself. You blue greened yourself?
I tealed myself.
You tealed you.
That's not quite as funny though.
No. What's up, Mayo? How's it going? Streamers for live. All right, so yes, so we saw Scream 7. So all I had to go off of was a 30-year-old memory of Scream. And I was like, okay, this is what all kind of like the parody horror franchises basically wanted to do, right? It's still horror, but there was poking fun at horror movies by saying, this is obviously the last girl. This is the couple that's having sex that gets killed first. This is the cop that is going to retire and gets killed. This is the, blah, 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 all these things. You're not supposed to go here. You're supposed to be in pairs, blah, blah, blah. So we got these. All right, next is... So yeah, I enjoyed it. What I found most enjoyable... I need a bunch of these, I know. I don't need those.
I left my
Worder. All right, so 2 grills, 2 1x4s, 1 by... I think my favorite part of the movie was Neve Campbell's performance. First of all, she hasn't aged since the 90s. She looks amazing. And she was absolutely magnetic on screen. I could have watched just her doing anything, really. The teenagers were fine. The movie's supposed to be about Sydney, the main character, and her family now, right? Biggie John, hello, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We are sourcing parts for a Microfighter for now, and then when this is done, maybe we'll start a design on a new one. We already looked through, just to catch you up, we already looked through the Moya Microfighter, and I had exactly 5 pieces. So everything on here has to be ordered. So I'm going to try to get, what I want to do is have 100 Microfighters by Brick Rodeo. And I'm at 92 right now. So I'll have to do, I think this was, if I do this one, that'll be 93. And then this will be 94. So I'll have to pick 6 more to do this same process. So yeah, Sydney was amazing to watch. If you get a chance, I would highly recommend going to see the movie. It's a lot of fun. And like horribly gruesome deaths. Like if you're not into that kind of like super gruesome slasher death kind of thing, say I don't need these, I really wouldn't recommend it. Because that's the kind of movie it is. 2 black and 2 light gray. Black to light gray. I just got back into town. Sorry, I missed everything in February. Oh, the meeting? The lug meeting? Yeah, that's fine, man. That's why we have them all year long. I'm going to order more of these plates, and I don't think let me go see if I maybe have just one. Always check your stocks. Because I thought I don't have many of these 1x2 dark brown now plates. I have a whole drawer full of them. Not just a couple. I have a whole drawer. I do. So I don't need that. I do need to order a bunch of these extra. Because again, these are going towards the stadium. I am going to order extra of these two. I have 2 of these. Black of these. So I'm going to get these grill and these. You know what though? Yeah, let me go check. I still have a few of these, so I'll go ahead and get these. You laughed at Final Destinations? Yeah, they're pretty funny. We watched Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it's another not quite a full-on adult slasher series. I think it was on Netflix or something. Oh, Fear Street. But that same sort of, it's like YA Goosebumps, right? But it's like slashery. And everyone died creatively. One lady got her head carved up in a bread slicer, right? You run a loaf of bread through a bread slicer, her head. And we thought it was just going to be one of those where they show the side of it and she just dies. They full on showed it. We're like, ah! It was crazy. All right, so 1 of these and 2 of these. Hey, Vince. You'll be doing photography at Q2 sometime on your phone with a special app that makes it look good. Nice. You've seen most of the Final Destinations. I think you watched the last 2. I haven't seen any Final Destinations. Beth, have you seen Final Destinations? Yeah, Beth's seen the first 2. Let's see. Sitting tile 1 and 2 of those 1x3s. Okay, can exclude these guys, but these I need to order because I'm low. So I'll just order that and then see what they have. I'm pretty sure I have a turntable. So let's see, the turntable, 2 brackets, 1 round. All right, this still bugs me. So I need the brackets that go up. These two brackets, notoriously, the light gray ones go down and the dark gray ones go up. And that's the more common versions of those. So you can still get them. They're just not as common. That's upsetting. So I will need to buy those. Now I need to get that. All right, 1 small round and 2 wedge plates. I am out of the wedge plates. I have some, but not in that color. I won't need those. Don't think I need these. How much more of this do I got to go through? Need to organize Lego while I'm home alone for the weekend. Yep, we all need to organize Lego. I'm going to leave this on the build with instructions because that's what we'll do here. All right, so I have the grill or the cheese wedges right here. Need 4 of these. This is what it looks like when you have to do the steps for the Q2 Stadium. All the steps. So I think I have enough here that I can get away. I only need to do 1 more seating section. But then there's areas behind the seating section where it's just a gray wall that leads into the shops. And they're all lined with these 2, but I think I've got enough to be able to take from that. So I shouldn't need that. 2 grills and 1 black telescope. These are slopes with grills, but we need to call them cheese graters, and I just forget. These I'm going to order because I know I'm running low on those. 2 bluish gray. I'll find hands somewhere. I'm sure there's a minifigure that I can take light gray hands from. Let's go get our 2 mod bricks and our 1 mod plate. I have a surprising number of these guys, the long ones, like the 2x6 ones for some reason. All right, 2 up brackets in gray, 2 ingots, and 1 smaller up bracket. So we're gonna remember that. 2, 2, and 1. Okay, that one is done. Now, sadly, this is not enough to build anything with, but it is not a very big order. Don't need that. I may actually have some of these. Hope you guys have a good start to March. Thank you, Mayo. You too. March is the in like a lion, out like a lamb month. We really have had a whole lot of. It's more in like a lamb, I think, this time. It was very mild. It got pretty warm. Oh, I should have got rid of that cart. I don't have any carts. So if I buy all, auto select, how much is this going to run me? $2. So all the parts that I need for these next two are $12. Plus shipping is 3 carts, so probably about $25 total. Hippo Brickworks. Let's go check out Hippo Brickworks. I'm not going to create a cart yet. I'm going to go to Marketplace, Stores, and we're going to look up Hippo, Texas. North Carolina. Why did Texas only have Hippo? Hippo Brickworks. Wanted list. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to favorite this store. Favorite. Log friend. So now I can go to my cart. Actually, I don't have carts, but I can go to wanted lists and I can say, oh, better yet, wanted lists. And then you can do deselect all. And then if I remember, these are all Microfighters, so they're going to be down here somewhere. Microfighter Moya. This is kind of a ridiculous amount of wanted lists. Did I not put a dash in there? Do they like it with dashes instead? Microfighter without a dash? Yeah, there we go. So that one and that one. So yeah, so here's a good chunk of those. So add items to cart. Oh, I have to put in how many I want. Okay. This is one of those where it's like, I only need one, and I'm not going to buy anything now because I'm going to design a bunch more Microfighters and then have like a 4 or 5, make like a wanted list with like 4 or 5 of them in there. But you can see in here, I only need one, but there's only 18 in here. So I'm probably going to get all 18. Going to wipe that out. Probably wipe this out because they have 9 and I want 8. Have 2, want 2, perfect. Want to have 6, probably wipe those out. So that's the kind of thing. It makes the shop, it's easier for the shop if they can just go to that drawer and say dump and they don't have to count it out. It's just a little bit. I am not buying 43 of these, however, but stuff like that. So yeah, so that'll be when I get a couple more designed, we'll do that. Thanks for the recommendation. Everybody go follow Hippo Brickworks. I'm guessing Hippo because it's Hutto. That makes total sense. All right, so we're done with that for now. So these guys are done. Okay, cool, yeah. hang on to it for a little bit because, like I said, I want to do a bunch of different. I want to get them all kind of done at once. I like having big orders of stuff that I can sort through. Little bits at a time are going to get lost. I don't know if you've seen the table, but it's going to get lost. So let's stick the figure back in there. Figures back in there. Save this guy. So that ends up being the last. Oh, you know what I thought we could do is I have, and I'm going to try not to look at it, but I have an Anakin figure with the headset. So he needs to be sitting in. Oh my goodness, somebody built the event horizon? Wow. That's pretty rad. Can't import it though. Published 8 years ago. Okay. I do have this Anakin with the microphone on his head. You can't see that, camera won't focus. So this would be a good one for the ETA class Jedi Interceptor. ETA class Jedi Interceptor. So they haven't done, they haven't done this as a microfighter yet. And I have done somebody else's version of this, somebody else's model. But this is one of those that I've always wanted to go back and do it myself with some measure of distance between the last time I looked at it, so I'm not influenced. It's the artist mentality of like, you want to be creative and you want to create new stuff and you don't want to be influenced by anybody. So I'm going to put him in a smaller bag because I don't need that big bag. So I think this would be a good chance to, and it's been a while since the person who initially made this set or made the model has done it. It's probably been about 8 years, something like that. I think they were doing these in like 2014. When I forget when Microfighters first came out. Anyway, so this isn't one they've done yet. But I think there are newer cockpit pieces which we can use or not use the cockpit at all. The problem is the cockpit is very, I feel, integral to the model. I only have one other microfighter, and it's not an official one, and it's not my own, that has a full cockpit, and it's this one. I forget how to spell it. I think this is it. The Genovix class fan blade starfighter. So this is a really weird ship. This is Ventress's ship. I'm sorry, I just blanked. Asajj Ventress flew this ship, and it's a really cool. It's very slick. It's very fast, and somebody built this out of Lego as a microfighter years and years and years ago. And for the back fin here, they used capes. So capes had the stud hole in them that you loop over to put on the neck. But if you leave them open, they fit over a stud. And you can then close them in and have them sticking out. So some people have used those for feathers on wings or dragon stuff, you know. But this guy used it as, and I've already got it built. Let me see if I've got an image of it. It's Genovix. I don't have it designed, but I have it built. Or maybe I do have it designed because I had to reverse engineer it. So this is what it looks like. So this has got a full canopy on it, but you can see the capes back here. They're all held together right up here or down here. It's a really cool design. It's fragile as heck, and there's really no way to mount it. So I have like a weird half Technic pin kind of sticking in there a little bit, and then it's got like a lift bar, and then it kind of comes down, and it sits at an angle, but if it goes too far, it falls over. So it looks cool, but it's really hard to display. And the ship itself will the wings fold back, and this one doesn't. There's no way it does that. This is probably going to be one of the ones that I never ever redo because it's just so smart. It's just so well designed, but it's got a full cockpit, right? That makes sense. This is another one. Get rid of that. This Jedi Starfighter is another one that I might put a canopy on it. I also want to see if there's... It's ETA 2. And I don't think there are any variant versions of this other than Yoda's. Yoda's is kind of similar, but just smaller. And we've already had these come out as an official Microfighter. But there's also two different versions of this. There's the 7 and the 7B. And the 7 has the droid on the side of the wing, and the 7B has the droid in front. The 7 is the droids built into the ship, and the 7B is the droid comes in and out. So that's one they just released with Plo Koon. I got rid of that, didn't I? ETA class. ETA 2 class Jedi Starfighter. So yeah, so this would be a good one to do. It's got the wings that open up. The Lego set is actually, they've done this a few times. Starfighter Lego. And they use those big leaf panels as the wings, and it's a perfect, like it was almost, you look at this design and you're like, oh, there's a piece, there's a Lego piece that does that. They might call this an interceptor. Yeah, they call this an interceptor. But yeah, you can see this piece right here is perfect. And I don't know if that's molded specifically for this or not, or if it existed beforehand, but capes can be used for more than just capes. We should be at the Sunday sword party. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. I don't know that I will be. Maybe I don't have anything else planned, but because I don't have anything else planned, I'm kind of like, I need a day off. Been doing a whole lot of stuff, and then we're going to be going out, I think, the night before with some friends, so I may want to take a break. So let's look at what we can do with this. So we're going to create new, and I'm going to create a quick Anakin. Let me see how many Anakin pieces are already in here. His robes are in here. This is probably that. Head microphone. Yeah, see, it needs to have that microphone, but not... I don't know if they've got another one in here that's just... Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Sometimes they sneak them in here in Star Wars. See, like, Anakin has one, or Obi-Wan has one. But it doesn't say what it has on their headset. All right, so we've got a... There we go. That's Anakin, right? Angry Anakin. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay, well, I've got him in... We're going to turn this filter off so I can do whatever color I want. We're going to do light nougat. And then let's see, he's got... Oh, actually, he has. I'm trying to remember. All right, take care, Mayo. Have fun with your day off. Let's see. Let's just give him black. Let's see. Arm, right. No print. Then arm left, no print. Both of these will be black. Because I know it's supposed to be dark brown. And he has, let's see, torso Star Wars. Let's see if they've actually got the torso of him. Because the figure that I have has him with his armor on. His episode 3, or his Clone Wars era armor. But I don't think they have a minifigure of that. That print in studio. Because they've got Vader. But I don't think they have Anakin. Because Anakin would be this top part. You can't really see that. But not all the stuff underneath it. So we're probably just going to have to deal with this. Which is fine. It's technically Anakin's. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to do hand. Turn off print. So I'm really glad, John, that you guys are getting through those sorts so well. I keep meaning to make it out to one of them. And I feel bad, especially since I'm the one who designed the con mock. But just every time it's either... you know, not feeling well or something gets planned. Okay. What pants does he have on? Okay. I'm just going to do legs. So maybe this weekend I'll be able to get out and give it a shot. It's going to do dark brown. And these guys will be black. Right? Yep. Okay. You and Bev have gone to the sorts a lot. Hair. Swoop. It's tousled. I think that's his hair. Reddish brown. It's not quite. I don't think that's it though. That's definitely not it. That might be more it. Nope, that's good. Okay. Get these raised up. Okay, that's not what I wanted. You guys are getting all them cool parts when you sort. That's always a good thing for the group to be able to get that. Okay, lightsaber hilt. He had a... Oh, what color's Anakin's lightsaber? I want to say it's green. Is it blue? Huh. All right. Thought for sure it was green. So this is, and it's, let's make that flat silver. And this is trans blue. All right, cool. Got some plant parts. There are a lot of cool parts. Yeah, the ConMoC has, there's not a ton of plants in it, but I'm guessing whatever foliage workshop Brick Rodeo is going to put on, if any, there's going to be a lot of, there's 2 colors of macaroni parts. There are elephant trunks. There's 4 different animals, 4 different small animals. There's lots of tile, grill tiles. There's going to be the curved stands, the trans clear curved stand things. Some semicircle tiles, 2 different colors of those. Various green and light green plates, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to test building it. I got the instructions done for it the other day. Josh is working on the box art, so it'll be fun. All right, so what I kind of want to look at is there's a dish, there's a printed dish. So now we're going to turn all the filters back on because now I want official parts. So all these are going to be conflicting. There's actually not there's not a lot of conflicting in here. But I want a printed dish converted. That's got this thing on it. And this should be trans clear. So I use a lot of these in Microfighters, TIE fighters especially. They come in the Millennium Falcon. It's not the exact same print because the Millennium Falcon should be only half. This is more of a TIE fighter print, but it's useful for a lot of things. I think it was used in the Ghost, like anything that's got kind of a round canopy or something in the front will, you know. So what I was thinking is that, here's my idea, is that you would do this in front of, let's take off the prints and we do modified brick. Let's do a plate under here so I can organize everything. We're going to do one 2x6 plate. May be able to make that smaller, but we'll just put it under here for now. Get under there. Okay. We're going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this back here. And then we're going to do a sloped curve. 1x4. I had a dream about this technique the other day, so hopefully it wasn't me remembering what I did for the other model. I have a bad feeling it is. Yeah, we can slide this back. And then this can be a bracket. Maybe an up bracket. This is where you play around with it and you just see what works. And sometimes it doesn't work. Modified plate. I think this is a modified plate. The 2x2 Can never remember. Yeah. So that doesn't look great. It looks like there's a cockpit with a picture of this thing on the front. So we're going to do something else with this. If it just sat there like that, that'd be great. So you can do modified brick, a two-sided one, and then a jumper. This might be a little better. That's a little better. We can put this back up here. And that can be actually 4. Actually, what's going to need to happen is now you figure out how to attach it to the rest of the body. So if you look, these come off the lower part of it in some iterations. In others, it looks like it comes off the side. Just had another idea. So if we do a corner plate, okay, be that way. That's bulky as heck. What I was thinking of doing, and maybe just do a plate. Yeah, these. So this is already going to be one of the smaller 60-piece builds. This is going to be slope wedge. Thought about doing this on either side of it. But that doesn't. So maybe another one of these. And flip these around. And we'll put one plate in here. Hopefully that won't bump into his arm. Doesn't look like it. I don't like this gap right here, but I'll work on that. This isn't, again, this is just spitballing ideas on how to make this a very small cockpit. I don't like the way that, I almost want to turn it the other way. Somehow that looks better. In fact, get rid of this altogether. Nope, that's not the part I wanted to get rid of. And then I could put a slope here. Ha 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 ha. So teeny tiny. So the problem with a build like this is that the ship itself is already not a big ship. I'll give you an example of something that doesn't need to be made a microfighter, but I did it. Is a speeder bike. Speeder bike doesn't need to be a microfighter. They're very small, but I made this as small as I could. And I think these aren't much bigger than the ones that you got for the Endor diorama, the Return of the Jedi 30th, 25th, whatever it was, anniversary. It can't be more than that. 40th. The one that people motorized a lot, went like this, and then they took everything off, put biplanes on it, whatever. They weren't much bigger than this. You know, this is 45 pieces. So it can be done if you want to do really small stuff. And these are not big ships. You can see how big the ship is. This is, you know, compared to like an X-Wing, these things are like half of an X-Wing. So, so the hard part now is making everything attached where the wings kind of slightly come off, but then also have these things that can open and close without reusing the parts that we already have. And these are so iconic that it's almost impossible not to use them. But you can see this sort of, can't really see it in that picture. See if there's a better front on picture that you can see. I really like these sort of mechanical designs, like all the information up here and everything. You can see the right here, the wings kind of slightly angled down. So what does that look like on something that's very small like this? So first thing we're going to do is we need to extend this out a little bit so we can build with it. But we can't run into these guys. So we need the tiles, 2x2 mod plate. If I could ever spell plate right. Plate. And I don't think it's these guys. So mod tile. There we go. So we need to get something under here that we can use to build out. And there's not a lot under here, so we'll do boat bottoms. Boat. I call them boat bottoms because in here, they're called boat bottoms. Rounded bottom boat stud. I don't know what boat stud means, but so we're going to put one there, and we're going to put one there. So right now, just keep in mind, the only thing really holding these two halves together is these two pieces and Anakin's butt. So the other thing is we need to make sure, so this is going to be, if this is Anakin's, it'll be all yellow, right? Don't need that anymore. I think because what they did is initially they built things and these were clear, or when these pieces first came out, they were like black and gray. But they made clear ones, and I guess it's so that if you had a boat, like a boat set with a hull, and you put those underneath it, the clear ones, it looks like it's floating and it moves smoothly on a table, right? So it's not just scraping up your table. I don't know. Could have been like a float piece, like floater, like a float tile. Let's go ahead and save this as. See, I already have an edit class. I already have an edit 2. So I'm going to call this edit and then 2 class Jedi Interceptor. So there's no mistaking it. I'm not overwriting anything. My music stopped. All right, so now that we got that, I think the easiest way to do angles is, and this is always the case, bar and clip. Although I'm kind of down on bar and clip. I was going through Microfighters the other day at a convention, or at a convention. It was a Comic-Con. It was a kid and teen Comic-Con at a high school. And it was very cool. We had a lot of people, like so many people. Roves, gangs of roving teens who had picked an anime that no one had ever seen, and each dressed as a character from that. And just that group would just skulk around it was amazing. We played a game of don't know what that is, don't know what that is, don't know what that is. The whole 6-7 hours we were there. Anyway, so while I'm setting up and I'm putting some of these, because the Microfighters are all in a Ziploc bag. They're big enough to go in a Ziploc bag and then just get put into a tote. And then when I go to a place, I open up the Ziploc bag, put the set together, put another set together, line them all up. The abuse they take while being stored and transported is these clips, the 1x1 plates with clips on them, fail constantly. I just need to have a box full of 1x1 clips, 1x2 clips, 1x1 tiles with clips. Like anything with a clip on it, I just need to have backup. And this would be a great thing to put as backup. Friend of the channel and lug member Josh Gilson, who does Monster. I don't think I've got his card here. Monster UV Monster. This dude, UV Monster. For all your Lego printing needs, go to uvmonster.com. He's helping with the ConMock. He's doing the box art and he does the printing on the bricks and everything. He also does 3D printing. And he printed this up. So the logo should be like this. But, and I don't think this is for sale. But if you wanted one, you might be able to ask him for one. And it's got this great storage thing. And you can put some more stuff in there. And it closes up really nicely. So extra pieces, brick separators, tools, sig figs to hand out to people, tiles with your name on them, something. But yeah, clips are just the worst. So the other option is then ratchets, ratchet hinges, hinge plate, palt. What is it about the L and the A that I can't seem to get right? So you got these guys. These guys stick out a little bit. So everything has a gap. So you kind of have to build knowing that it's going to have this gap there. Sometimes I like the floor, sometimes I don't. So we put these in here and then lower. It's not a lot. It's like 15 degrees, maybe. And then we'll put some wedge plates on here. So this is all going to be one thing. So we're going to have a really long plate. What I may do is do a 1x4 plate. It's my least favorite thing in the world. Grab a piece and it not show up on the build area. So we're going to do some wedge plates. like this. We're going to do the other side. This is going to tease me because it says this will work, but I know that this is probably not a real good connection point. That's okay. We'll figure it out. And then we'll do another. Actually, these may be better. Let's try these. Also, give myself a little extra room here. So I'm going to go back to the wedge plates. And I think this will be good. Do the other side. Let's be nice and pointy at least. Then we'll figure out how to get guns in here. They need to come out from what looks like the underside of this. But do you see how like wide this is already? I don't like how wide that is. And there's really no way to, unless you wanted to like put another plate on top of this. So like this to go over the hinge, which you can do. Now that I have this on there, I may not need that to be 4. So does everybody have any upcoming plans for the weekend? That can be longer. Anybody have anything fun that they're going to be doing the next couple days? Any movies you're going to see that you're excited for? Any new Lego sets you're waiting to get? I've started making a brick set. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right, the next trick is to make sure these come in yellow. Of course they don't. Oh, wait. Yeah, of course they do. Oh, is there, like, there's supposed to be something that happened Wednesday and then we didn't really get anything. Oh, I don't want to. I'll text him tomorrow. I was going to actually look at that and decide, yeah, there's rain possible on Friday. That's what the alert is. But like there was supposed to be Wednesday and then it was not. And now it looks like it's from Friday until Tuesday. 80, 70, it looks like it's mostly Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that stinks. So the next step is to then see if we can get this. These actually could be yellow, I think. So yeah, I mean, it either just getting pushed back, or they don't really kind of know what's going on with it. So, I don't think there's a tile. I wanted to put a little tile on here that had these Republic symbols on them, but I don't think that's available. That's small. Clone. Nope. 1x1 round tile. Problem is you just gotta look through them all. And there may be one in real life, but it's just not in Studio. I think last time I put like an Imperial symbol on there, just cuz. God, there's so many like cookies and planets and fruits and little robot faces. Ninjago discs. Yeah, I don't see it on here. I usually do this because it's kind of like Galactic Republic, but that's not really what's on there, right? I am going to put a little bump over here for the droid. I wonder if we can do a droid head. Round tile droid. Nope. Robot. Nope. Okay. There's also bulbs. There's these new bulbs that look like little droids. But I think maybe I won't do that. You could probably just put R2's head up there. The little BB-8 ones look great. What color does that go in? White. Sadly, that's the only one that size. But that would be perfect. Right? Because it's small. All right. We're going to save this. Let's see. The next thing is probably guns. Don't want to add too much to the underneath here, so we'll do bracket. I'm putting off the inevitable failure of these folded wings over here because I have no idea how I'm going to do that. These blasters go the entire length of this. So to make them more stable, bar Technic. These are always fun and would probably be a good fit. And I think I'm going to put a round brick. No print. Put this guy here. So this will give both. This will stick into that hole, and this will go around it to hold it in place. Because anything sticking on the front of a bracket like that is going to be kind of dodgy. And I don't know that these necessarily have a color. They've got like these random, it's metal, it's not metal, but these only come in light gray. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll do these in dark gray. And then on the front, we'll put a round tile bar. Yeah. And these will also be in dark gray. So there. Okay. Cool. What's our part count at? 55 parts. We're doing pretty good. These are new parts, and I can't have them in this color, apparently. I was just playing around. I don't think they're going to come in black. Here's the other thing I was looking into before I started this. I wanted to look at the whole reason I started this, and I'm 23 minutes away from it not mattering anymore. The ADD dictates what I do during this time, and once I hit 10 o'clock, a lot of this just goes away. I forget that I've made the model. I forget that I need to do instructions for it. It just kind of goes. So if I don't finish it, it may never get done. Such as the brain of the attention deficit person. But what I initially wanted to do was check on, because I don't necessarily think this is bad. But there were older canopy parts that were used in the actual set that, and I know they were used for the Microfighter too, the one that wasn't my design. It doesn't look like they're in here. They were very small. Maybe it's windscreen. Yeah, this is the one that's used in the set usually. This is used too. That's used on A-wings and stuff. I want to get a little farther along. That's too big. These are going to start getting too big. Before I open up the old one that I did to see what it looked like. Some of these I know just aren't. I don't think that they're in here. I really thought Canopy had more. There are some printed ones, so maybe they need to be printed to be able to see them. That's a nice new one. I think that's a space shuttle. Oh, Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. A printed canopy. That's a Millennium Falcon. What was that? A Republic gunship. Nice. So there are some canopies that are printed, but I really thought there were small. This may be the smaller ones. So, yeah, the whole reason was I thought there was a smaller canopy part that could have been used for something like this. But it doesn't look like it. So, all right. So now we're going to get to the part where I'm going to just absolutely hate myself. And we're going to do... because these wings aren't going to be able to lay down. There's just no way I can do that. And the shape is awkward. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. So there's these tiles. Oh, goodness. What color can these be? Not yellow. That's cool. I haven't seen these tiles before. I bet these make a great... it's a 3x3. This is like 1.5. Like mixing these up with these guys. That would make a great like crack in a wall. It's a super neat effect here. Yeah, you could have another color underneath that. That's pretty nice. All right. No more fooling around. Can these be yellow? Yes. There's the home base plate tile. This might get me pretty close. I don't think these are yellow though. Yeah. That was my only concern. I think these can be yellow. Again, it's a clip thing. And you'd have to have something holding it on the back. So you'd need a plate. And then these guys. And that's kind of close to that shape. If you get two of them, the problem is you can't put them exactly together. So you'd need 2 bars to hold each of these up. Because even if you put them like on the same bar, they're not exactly together. But this is an option. So I'm going to set this over here. Another option is just to do these same kind of wedge plates, but smaller. And like I said, they're not going to close all the way. They're not. There's not enough room on this thing. So if you did a wedge plate like this, and you did 2 of these, it give you the same effect. And then you could okay, so I'm plate bar. I know I'm not finishing sentences, but I'll get there eventually. So then we do plate bar, and then we do plate clip. And again, I don't like this, but if you have one clip going this way, and then you got another one that goes that way, you can put both of them on the same bar. Like that. And that's not terrible. They will never close, but that doesn't look too bad. Let's stick with that. These don't need any adornment or anything. This isn't as bulky as I thought it was going to be. Oh, dang it. Copy and mirror is great, but I always forget that I have to kind of try to drag the existing piece out. Okay. So this is all good. This is all fine. It looks like there's other little blasters on the sides here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that. There's also thrusters, and I need to be able to figure out where to put the thrusters. So they come off the back here, which means these guys need to be replaced with these same guys up here. And then I think just adding, I'm going to be difficult and say a 1L lift arm, because you can get these lift arms in one length and they will just go over. They just do that. And what color do those come in? Because it'd be cool if they came in dark gray. Excellent. 4 cents. Not bad. Okay. Not convinced this is the way to go with the cockpit, but I'm okay with it for the moment. All right, what else needs to be colored in here? Might be able to put some tiles on here to give it a little more color. See, that's nice. That's nice markings. There's no way I could do that with this. I could get away with this a little bit. Where's those tiles again? Those triangle tiles. Triangle. Ooh, I got really lightheaded just now. I may have to be done for the night here in a second. Don't quite fit. Don't even know if they come in yellow. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see what happens if I do this. So this is always a standard. Yeah, that looks crappy. But slope. This guy. I always put these guys in here, but I think this is going to have to not be here this time. I always like putting these guys in here because that's the Microfighter signature, right? These little things to indicate a canopy, but I don't like that. What about the emblem in front of the droid? So yeah, that's a good call. Round tile Republic. Republic. So it's going to be this one, Galactic Republic or Galactic Republic. Let's do that. I can put the droid a little farther back, maybe. Or this a little farther out. No, that's good. I really wish I could put something back here. Oh, that looks great. Let's do that. And then just a round tile. No print, but we'll make it tan. I don't know if they're ever going to make a Republic logo like that. Tile grill. Or not, but oh, that's a shame. Okay. Not bad. And then we're going to put in my favorite part because I just like ordering these by the truckload. I'm going to put this guy right here. He's not going to fit. Oh, maybe he will. guy doesn't like fitting in places because it's got this lip that comes up that just doesn't. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's true. I could just say, hey, it's a real simple print. I'll take 10,000 of them. I mean, all it needs to be is this Star Wars. It's a Republic. It's a Republic fleet logo. It's not just the Republic. It's this one, the Grand Army of the Republic. So this is the logo. Yeah, that's the Republic Navy. I don't know why this one's specifically the Grand Army of the Republic. Which is weird because the Navy would be all the ships in space, but the Venators get this big thing too. So, I don't know. Okay, well, we're at the top of the hour, and I think I'm done with this. Quick check of any color issues. This is just a minifig. Thrusters look okay. I think everything will hold together okay. I might run another, since we've already got these in the way here, it's not going to matter if I put some 1x3s under here to hold those in place. And then that actually kind of looks like this part kind of hanging out here, and then the little rounded bit underneath it. That looks pretty good. And these need to be a different color. Dark bluish gray. I don't have a whole lot of dark bluish gray. I would like to order some of those. They're pretty expensive. 12 cents. All right. I can't really tell either, like the hinges for these all look good. Okay, so here's the magic. Now, we take this exact same thing and we just say, well, not this one. We'll have to do this in a new. And we color all this dark red. And I'm sure there's going to be some conflicts. It would be amazing if there weren't, though. There aren't. All right, so it's going to be 2 Anakins, but now we get to do Anakin and Obi-Wan. So, not too bad. 76 parts. It's not terrible. It's a little wider than I wanted it to be, so I might try to work on that a little. It's definitely a defining characteristic to have this cockpit in here. So what I'm going to do now that I'm fairly happy with what I did tonight in an hour is kind of show you what somebody else did and give you an idea of what it could look like with a cockpit in it. So this was somebody else's model. First of all, there's some conflicts in it, but you can see it's about the same number of parts, but they've put this canopy in it. And in a lot of cases too, I don't know why that should be, we're running into old files that all these are not existing colors and they actually are. But this is pretty nice. They obviously, I don't know why they said these had to be chrome silver. These can't be chrome silver. There's no chrome silver hardly in any Lego, but these can be What is this, a lightsaber? These can all be flat silver. Oh, bars can't be interesting. All right. But yeah, you get the idea. And then a figure will sit in there. They kind of have to lean back a little bit. These panels are kind of cool. They do fold down, but not all the way. So it doesn't matter how far open they are. The brick built wings are pretty cool. It definitely has that shape, but you can see just more hinges. It's just more bar and clip, you know, really doesn't matter. In terms of size, I'm pretty sure they're roughly the same. Yeah. This one's a little bigger lengthwise. But they're roughly the same width. I think mine's slightly bigger. And definitely bulkier. But yeah, they put a full droid head on here. So I don't know. I think mine is recognizable. Like, definitely, you know, I could even extend these out a little bit with some creative plate usage under here. Have them come out one more bar or something. I'm sure that'd be fine, but I think this is pretty good. So I'm going to leave the colored version in here, both colors in here, and I'll get some parts for it and see what happens. So, but that's it for now. I think I'm done. Barely drank any of that beer, which is probably going to be good for my sleeping later. I'm checking my schedule for Sunday. I don't think I have anything going on. I have a stream and then maybe Brick Rodeo sorting party at 1 p.m. So unless we get rained out or we lose power, also all the technology worked today. Knock on wood. I had a tech come out from my ISP and clean up some stuff, but it turns out I probably will need to get somebody to rewire the house. We've just got old wires in it, so that'll have to happen soon. But you guys have a great rest, great rest of your night, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you, I guess, on Sunday. So take care.